The next assignment we're going to do is called selected color. And so we have our choice on this project that we can either do a brown tone or sepia tone and add color to it, or a black and white and you add color to it. So I'm going to show you both ways, and so we'll start off with doing a black and white. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer. So I could go Control J, which will duplicate the layer there. Now I'm on the top layer here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and convert that to a black and white. So I go Image, Mode, Black and White. And you can just hit OK. Now you'll notice I have black and white there. Now there's a number of ways that I can add color to this. I can either paint it on, I could select it and fill it, or I could erase it. And so I'm going to show you each one. So if we're going to do the filling, so I'm going to make the selection. So I take my magic wand and I'm going to go ahead and make a selection there. If I want to add to that selection, just hold your shift down and it will start adding as I make these selections. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because you'll see here in a moment. Okay, so I have this pretty much selected. I don't have this area in here, but it's pretty much selected. Now if I'm going to add that color, I want to create a new layer on top that's blank. And I'm going to go Edit, Fill, and I want to fill it with a color. And I want to pick my color, which I want it to be blue. So I'm going to go OK. And again, we're filling this up above. Now you'll notice that it's pretty much globby, and we really don't want it to be globby. So what we need to do is, once we have this layer, I have control of this layer. So on this opacity right here, I can take it from 100% down, and I'm going to take it down to like about 25%, somewhere right in there. And then you'll notice that it grabs some things that I didn't want blue, like I didn't want this the trees down here blue. Because it's its own separate layer, I can take an eraser now, and I can come back in and I can erase that portion of the picture that I don't really want to be blue, because it was the tree line. I just wanted the water to be kind of blue. And then if you go Control D, which is deselect, you'll notice that you can come in here and you can just refine it and erase it a little bit better. So that's how you can add a little bit of color. And again, we're just adding a little color. We don't have to add it all. Now, if you wanted to just erase and do it and keep the original color, you just go ahead and throw that away. And I made this a brown tone, or excuse me, a black and white, and then underneath it you'll notice is the blue. So what I could do now is I could take my eraser and I could start erasing the water there to where it's blue. The only thing I don't have control when I do it this way is the intensity of that color, because it's showing what the color was underneath. But I could take my time and I can erase that. And again, take your time, because you'll be graded on how well that you fill this color into your picture. And so I just would keep going until I have it filled the way that I want it. And I could come around that edge there and just come down and then just start doing this, clean this up. I can make my brush a little bit bigger so it doesn't take as long to do. But I've got my edge, and this edge needs to be cleaned up here. I'd have to make my brush smaller, but then I could clean this up over here also. But I would want to take my time by my head and things like that by making my brush smaller, which is like right here, the size of the brush, and then I could come in here and get those areas a little bit better than what I got them before. But you can come in here and kind of clean this up, make it look a lot better than what you had it before. But again, you'll be graded. So that's another way of doing it right there, where I erased and revealed the color underneath. Or, like I said, you could add a layer on top and select it. And when you're doing this, you're only doing like one color. You're not doing the whole thing. If we wanted it to all be color, we would have just left it a color. What this is we want it to be black and white, and then we're going to reveal a color. I could have just done the shirt too, which would have been nice to do. But here I'm just going to do the water, and pretty much that's how I probably would leave this picture. And that's how you do a selected black and white.